We have the best podcast because we have the best guests on here. And without further ado, we got Miss Erin, the Gap Tooth Diva, on tonight.
Hey.
Yeah, so about her great journey into being a multi-talented actress, singer. We talking about so many different things that you do. You gonna say, well, my bad. I threw that in there.
I rap them.
Rap. I'm sorry.
Model. I got a soulful voice.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
All right, we're gonna get to all that.
We about to get to all that, yes. And we got Miss Brittani on with us tonight, special guest hosting y'all. We're gonna have a good one tonight.
Yes.
So without further ado, Miss Erin.
Hey y'all.
What's up? What's up?
No, I like that you said that. I see because I feel like you're speaking that over my life.
I am speaking over your life.
So we're gonna manifest that.
I can see that also. You know what I'm saying?
Broadway.
Okay, listen. What is it called when you got a Tony, Grammy? No, I'm sorry, Tony. Is it Tony, Grammy, and an Oscar or something like that? It's like what's it called? What's
it's the Emmy, the Grammy, the Oscar, and Tony. EGOT.
Yes. So I see EGOT all over you.
All over me.
All over you. I see it.
I receive that.
I see that. So let's start from the beginning. As y'all know, I like to start from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Where it all began. Like we talk about camera, like tell us about where you grew up at in this lovely city of ours.
So I grew up between Shaker and South Euclid. I went to Shaker for up until like 7th grade, end of 7th grade, and then around 8th grade I went to Memorial and then finished off at Brush. So that was like South Euclid.
So let me ask you this: so growing up, was it always your passion to be to get into acting, or was it something something that gravitated to, or was it like you were that kid who was always the talent shows, doing the school plays?
Absolutely not. No. Okay, so when I was younger, yes, I wanted to be an actress. Like when I was like super young, I would watch TV. I'm like, I could do that.
Yeah. Something like watching Nickelodeon.
Yes.
Disney Channel, all that good stuff.
And I actually did. I went to like this talent audition thing, and then my parents were like, we gotta pay money now, and then I was just like, okay, that's okay. But that's the thing, they were very supportive of it.
Yeah.
But my mom used to watch the Tyra show, and Tyra once was like, don't pay for anything.
Yeah, okay.
And my mom was like, Tyra said don't pay for anything, so we're not doing
it. Tyra Banks said it, then it has to.
Yeah, bro, it was more so like, she already in the industry, so.
I feel it.
No.
I feel it. As a parent, I would do the same thing, like, you know, how much? No, like, somebody got to discover you in the mall or something, you know, for that to go down. So I get it as a parent.
So then, fast forward, I actually had stage fright, like, really bad. Like, I grew up in the church and whatnot, right? And crazy. I got up to do like the offertorial prayer, and I cried like a baby. I just cried, and I knew all these people. Yeah. They're like my family,
right?
And I cried.
Oh wow.
So yeah, so
man, so that how did you get over that? How did you eventually get over those things, like the stage fright and all that good stuff?
I started pretending in the mirror like I was talking to people. So and I took what are those classes called? Like the speech classes.
Okay.
So in school, so like I would sign up for them, even though I was terrified to do them, but I knew I like needed to.
You know, I got you.
So I kind of got over that, and then around late 20s, I was like, I was doing background work. Okay. Actually, I started in like my early mid 20s, doing background work, and then I was on Judas and the Black Messiah. And I actually.
Let's wait, because you usually. The industry terms, background work. What's background work? So so people weren't familiar with that.
Oh, okay. So you have like the principal actors and actresses, and then you have the people that's like walking past in the background.
Oh, the extras.
Yeah, the extras. Okay. And I was an extra on Judas and the Black Messiah.
See, I couldn't be no extras. I'll be extra being an extra. I'll be like, see me over here. What's going on, y'all? Over here.
Well, actually, in the scene, have y'all seen Judas and the Black Messiah?
No. That is one of my top 5. She don't like black movies, by the way.
Do not come
I know, it's not good.
We're gonna have a day where we're gonna have Bridget watch every black movie known to man. It's cool. But it's one of my top 5, by the way. Okay. I love that movie.
We're not gonna go through black movies because I might be on the same board with you.
No,
oh my goodness.
You're not.
But
thank you for trying to make me feel better.
We might have to do like a whole drive, y'all. I'm gonna run out of theater. We're just gonna get a projector, son. We're gonna just play them all for y'all. That's crazy. But you were in the black one of I believe one of the best ones. That's right there with Malcolm X. Yeah.
And the scene where like what was the scene? You were talking about something. Being extra as an extra. In the scene where he first when she first goes in to work in the office,
yeah,
and he's standing there, he talking to her, I'm right in the middle of them in the background. And I'm like, oh
man,
now
I'm going to be watching tonight. I'm going to watch just to see if I see. Oh, that's an ear right there.
My hair was like this short, though. Like, it was this short, so you may not recognize it.
We'll recognize the baby.
No, we'll recognize it. Right, exactly.
So from there, I was just like, okay, I want to do this, and I was kind of inspired from that set. So yeah.
So how'd you become a extra on the set today? You know what I'm saying? Did someone call you over? You just like, hey, pick me.
It's it was a database that sends out like extra. It's local, and they just send out like extra background roles.
So they filmed in Cleveland. I know they filmed in Cleveland.
They did. They filmed all over Cleveland. It was so exciting.
So if you have not watched The Black Messiah, it's a great movie because it's talk about Fred Hampton. You guys are hip. Please look him up. Great man to people. One of the, I don't spoil it, but just watch it. It's great. But I did not know that, so you hit me to that or whatnot.
Oh yeah, sure.
So okay, and once again, I know there's someone watching this right now, a young man, young lady who's like, I want to be an actress or actor. How did you even get into the database? Like, so how does one begin even going down that journey and becoming or being part of the industry as a whole?
Okay, so like when I was like, I started in my early 20s. I had a friend from college. She texted me. We did group projects and stuff together. Okay. So I was like, oh, okay, she's not gonna send me spam. Yeah. But she texted me like, if you want to be in the movie, text this number. Yeah. And I was off that day, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna text this number. Right.
So wait, I got so many questions. Like I'm so paranoid. I don't trust anything. How do you know what's legit stuff and what's just stuff that like you don't end up on some random person's couch? Like I'm trying for a movie, you know, that type of ordeal.
Well, with that one, since it was. Again, Rachel, like her and I, we were basically partners throughout the course of that semester, the last semester of school. So I was like, okay, so I really don't think she would like, set me up. And I was like, well, I'm not doing anything else today. I might as well go be in the movie.
Somebody might as well.
Right. So I got there and it was like maybe like 200 people there. The movie was White Boy Rick, and it was like the wedding scene.
That's a good movie too.
And I was like, how did y'all all know to come here? Because I don't think y'all just got this text message today.
Right.
Like, y'all are all off. And they were like, no, you got to sign up for the database, and they tell you about extra roles. So,
okay.
Yeah. And then from there, just...
That's dope. So I need to sign up for this, because like, I might get my start.
Yes, I need to.
I'll bet. That's what's up. Now, if y'all see me a celebrity, you know I'm already celebrity enough as it is, y'all.
Yeah.
Now, if y'all see me in the movie, I'm going to be extra.
All right.
That's my resume. So, okay, so... Take us to what typically happens on the set, because like I know from watching TV, I'm gonna say all my actors come watch TV, but like a place where you can eat, that you can set up and all that good stuff. Do they have like apply makeup and all that good stuff, or they just like bring you do your own makeup and then come on the set?
Okay, so it really depends on how big the set is and what the budget is. So I've been to some sets and it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna do your hair, we're gonna do your makeup, everything. I'm like, whoa,
that's fancy.
Yeah, real fancy. But then there's other ones, it's like, we said for you to come with your own makeup done. And I'm like, I really don't want to do makeup, so if my sister's not ready.
Yeah, no, I got you.
So I kind of had to learn how to do a little bit of something, but I can't be the whole face.
Okay, right.
I got you.
At least not yet.
No, not yet. But hopefully I can be on more sets where they do my makeup.
Right, so you don't have to.
So I have to be because I struggle.
No, listen, I'm about to say, because me, I'll be up there like on YouTube where I apply to where I got to do what tomorrow, bro, and all that good
Exactly, and they make it look so easy, and I'm always like, you know how people talk about girls that wear makeup? I'm like, you don't know what they go through. They like slay this every single day. And yes, I sit there and I get up and I'm like, wow, you did art.
I know, yeah, it is. It's definitely a form of art.
So I know me, like I said, about the extra, I'll be sticking donuts in my pocket, eating all type of stuff and whatnot. What is privy to a person on the set? Because like I'll be the person, I mess around walking on the set in between scenes. Like how does that go? Like
okay, so you get there and then they like sign you in, and then this is as extra. So it's different when you are like principal. Okay. Principals, they get better food.
Come on, say my kid's not here, but I know she watching. She don't know none of these things, so I'm glad you're breaking it down.
But and actually the crew, they get better food than the extras too.
Oh, so
like I've been a PA
before. The food is segregated when you started telling me.
Absolutely.
Oh no.
So
that's crazy.
So with the with the extra, but being background is actually really fun because that's where I met most of the people that got me into acting, honestly. Like they told me everything I didn't know. Like I would be like, how did y'all know about this? And it's like, oh yeah, I signed up for this, this, and this. I do more acting, and I go to this agency, look into this, and then like I won't jump the gun, but basically you go in, you sit down. First, everybody's kind of sitting in their own corner because they don't really know each other. And then it's like at a point, you just start to congregate. And then by the time you leave set, it's like, oh my God, I love this. But that's not every set. It's like more so the ones that you go to on a regular basis, like with Judas and the Black Messiah. But I've been on like one-day sets too. And it kind of just, you know, it's a vibe. Each set has its own personality.
I like that. Okay, okay. So let me ask you this. So with, like you said, so we don't know, because I know we see the finished product, we see the 2 hour, how long it takes to watch the actual product. How long, like you said, every set is different, but a typical shooting, you said it can vary, right?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely.
So let me ask you, so we know there's different takes, and if they don't get it right, or, you know, something happens, like you got different takes. In your experience, not saying average, but what is the spectrum here? We're talking about 8 hours work, like a normal work day, or we're talking about like 1 hour and we out?
Oh God, no, it's more remotely close to an hour.
Oh wow.
It's so long. But I will say, like, I honestly love set. Like, I'm one of those people, everybody's like, oh, I'm ready to go home, and I'm like, I could be here all day. So I really do enjoy being on set. But okay, like if we were filming this and it was like narrative work, it'd be like a wide, and then depending on what the shot list is, but it would be like a wide of like all of us together, right? So and then after that it'll be like close up on you, and then it'll be close up on me, and then it'll be close up on you, and then it'll be like a 2-shot of us talking to you, and then maybe a 2-shot of us.
She's talking the industry talk, 2-shot. I'm like, I'm writing it down with my mom, like, I'm using the same language when I'm talking to other people, like 2-shot over here, 3-shot, 4-shot, 5-shot. You need 5 for you. So thank you. So appreciate it. I was in notes.
And then it's like, okay, like if we're sitting like this, then they may do an over the shoulder shot, so like they can see the interaction. It tells a different story, though, you know? And most times it's like, if they want to move around, it's one camera. Like a lot of times people think you go to set and it's like a bunch of different cameras. But sometimes it's like one camera moving around to get one person. So that takes longer.
We're just seeing it. We're like my viewer mode or mindset is like, they got that done in an hour. It's an hour show, hour take, work. You said not the case.
No, it's so many cuts, and so it's not just like a person getting it wrong. It's like you can nail it, but it's like, okay, let's go to the next frame. Like, do we want to get a close up? Do we want to get something that's like belly up? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it just kind of depends on what that person wants to do cinematically. So.
See, listen, I'm learning.
I learn on the fly, honestly. Like, when I started making films myself, I would just make up stuff.
And I'm glad, because like I want to talk about that, because you're not just an actress, you're also a creator of cinema. So I want to talk about that in a minute. Okay. But I wanted to get off the act, because I know the actress part is what got you in the door. How do you prepare for a part, even though you are not a principal actress or actor on the set? How do you prepare for the part? Because if I'm an extra, well, let's say the scene might be a period piece where we're using.
Well, I would say you prepare differently. So, like for a principal role, like for me, when I learn lines, I walk around talking to myself.
That's cool. So, I'm not even an actor, and I do it. So.
Right. Yeah. But like, I guess I try to feel this character, like, you know. So I just walk around talking to myself. But for like background, I think you just go with a positive mindset, and then when you get there, they'll tell you what to do. Like, okay, cross like this, cross like that, and just be patient. So for somebody that is starting out and then go the background route, I would say just be, here, let me take this off. I feel like this is probably gonna mess with the.
Oh, nah, you good. Listen, they're like, they got some keys or something.
I know, but like, if this was filmed, that would be very distracting. Like, shake.
Okay, that's what I'm hearing. We learn the industry now. Okay, all right. Okay.
I didn't think about that before.
You good. Listen, I got my keys in my pocket. I might want to take the, they're over there, you know. No, I got you.
But for background, you just really want to go with a positive attitude, be patient, and let people work. But then like in a principal role,
yeah,
you want to show up, know your lines, still come with a positive attitude.
I'm laughing because like I would be that person. What you do, actors or actor doesn't remember the lines. Like,
well, I've been on sets where people haven't remembered their lines, and it gets kind of uncomfortable. But at the same time, that's when you really just practice patience because you want everybody to feel comfortable enough to perform. Yeah. But depending on how big the set is, they'll have somebody reading the lines to them, and then it's like they'll just like say it or try to pick up from where they. Yeah. So I mean, I try to remember my lines all the time because I would probably get nervous to the point that I'm like, I don't even know how to act this. I'm just saying stuff at this point. but again, I do walk around with the lines in my head, so I'll like go on a walk and I'll just like say them over and over again, and then I try to give them like personality versus just saying like, oh, the dog went to the store. Like, give it more. Like, like he went to the store. Like, you know. So, but I think everybody prepares differently. But me mostly like talking to myself.
Okay. I got you. I got you. So I love movies. I love TV. I like, when I was younger, I always wanted to be a director or whatnot. And I know a lot of shows are going the improv route of letting the actors or actress, you know, improv their lines or whatnot. Have you done that style of acting yet, or you like what? Or if you have, what do you like more, the scripted or the being improv lines?
That is so funny. So like I would say, okay, for me when I prepare for a role, it's a lot easier to do improv with that role because it's like I know what the character is. But if somebody's like, okay, be this right now, I will probably look stupid. Like, I don't know how, like, I don't know how they prepare for this. Like, I didn't think about what this character would need. But it's like, 5 seconds, be like this. So, like, that's something I'm working on personally. But if I spend enough time with the character, I feel like, I've added certain things in there, like, in the tape, because I just really got into character. Okay. And then the director lets you know, like, if they liked it or if they didn't. But I wouldn't say that I go in with the mindset of changing somebody's script, because their script is their baby. So, like, I want to stick as close to the script as possible. But, like, it was like, one character I played, it was like, she was, like, real, like, centered and earthy, and I loved her. And it was like, I think I, like, jumped up out of the chair, but I got stood on the chair and I jumped up and I started dancing because, you know, it fit the scene. That's dope. And then she liked it, but it wasn't something I like went into the scene like, it's not here, but I'm gonna put it there, you know. So it's just really being respectful of other people's work, but then at the same time being as creative as possible, but not planning to change somebody else's work because again, they did take the time to write it.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I think that's dope.
Yeah.
So, I'm glad we got into it because, like, I like I said, I'm glad you're on today because, like, I have so many questions. I'll be asking questions all night.
Okay.
But I did want to get into, I know people talk all the time, getting the character and do all this scene and all that good stuff. How do you get into the character? Because I love how you just said, getting the character. How do you prepare for that role or get to that sense? Because, like, let's say they tell you we need you to be, I don't know, a certain person that isn't essential to who you are as a person, like a total opposite. How would you prepare for something like
that? Okay, I would say depending on how much time I have to prepare for this character, watching like films of characters that kind of like flow with it, or even sometimes like playlists help, or just people watching. I kind of people watch. Okay. Like I'll go look at people and then I'll like make up a story of like what they do in their head. So I guess it's kind of like judgmental, but it's like it's judging for the sake of creating art.
I like that.
Yeah. So I'll kind of like just watch, and it's like this is how they describe the character. I kind of look at a person that they describe like that. And then I'll just like watch them for a little bit. It gets kind of weird.
That's like, see, it's me, y'all. No, you getting ready for a role.
But it's like if you go like to the mall or something, you sit with the book, you don't look like you're people watching you, but you
it's
just
an art to it. It's an art to it. Okay.
So you just kind of watch them and see like what they're doing, and you're like, oh, I could kind of bring that to the character, or
like bits and pieces.
Yeah,
that's dope.
So, or it's like I played a quirky role, like she was like kind of like nerdy, and I think with that one I kind of prepared with maybe slightly Myra Muckhouse. So she wasn't nerdy,
right.
Like she was actually like bad B word nerdy, but like, but at the same time she was like quirky. So I was like, okay, I'll draw her, but then like give like physical appearance of nerdy. So so that sort of thing.
Okay, that's what's up. So okay, I'm glad we're in because I wanted to ask you. So I watched quite a bit of interviews, and everyone said their dream role, their role they always aspired to do. Is there a such role for you? And if so, what is it, and what made you want that role?
I feel like that changes. Like at first I said like superhero, but like Luke Cage superhero, because I didn't want to like wear an outfit or like a costume or anything. Gotcha. But then I'm like, I don't know if that like really resonates. Well, sometimes you walk down the street and you like make up a character in your head. So like sometimes I think I'm a superhero, but
I can see it.
But I really like rom-coms. Like I love rom-coms. So
what's your favorite? Don't say Little Basketball. Please don't say Little Basketball.
No, actually, is yours Little Basketball?
Yes, it is.
My favorite is actually Pride and Prejudice.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
That is so different. Hold on, what do you mean for that? That's different.
But at the same time, I really like Deliverance from Eva.
That was a good one.
And How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. It's kind of all over the place.
You know what? That was a good one too.
Yeah.
And
you know, you know what? That was a good one. So no, I'm not gonna knock that. No. So let me ask you, what's about the element of a rom-com that appeals to you?
So.
And for all people who don't know what rom-com is, because like
romantic comedy. So, okay. But I will say also like Pride and Prejudice is not overtly rom-com, but like I think the mother is hilarious. So like I feel like she kind of draws in that comedic timing. It's I don't know, certain things in the movie is pretty.
I got you.
But I think they're like lighthearted and like it's not like super heavy. I don't watch it and feel like, oh my God, I should go cry.
I got you.
And it sucks something out of me.
I got you.
Because I read auditions before that just make me feel like sad.
Wow.
And I'm like, I don't know if I could actually like play this part because I don't know if I want to.
You know what? I never thought about that.
Dig that deep into being that sad.
Wow. I never thought about that. I think you're right. Cause I think a good movie or a good TV show or whatever it may be, they garnish a certain emotion from you.
Yeah.
A horror movie gonna make you scared. Watching a certain, I know Lion King makes me cry every single time.
Yeah.
I'm a grown man.
Yeah.
But no, I think a mark of any good movie will make you think.
Yeah.
So, no, I guess that's right. And then certain roles, like anyone who's watched Wakanda Forever, Angela Bassett when she I was watching the other day, by the way, and she was in if y'all haven't watched it, spoiler whatever. When the general, when she came back with her daughter, and she was like telling she stripped her of her title, and she's like, I've given everything, and I'm like, dang, Angela Bassett, even though it was a superhero movie, her acting that was so superb. Yeah. I think they gave her an Oscar nomination before it and whatnot, and I would think that once again because she said it with so much strength and so much vigor, you was like, oh man.
Yeah, and see, okay, stuff like that. So I never want to put myself in a box and say like I wouldn't do anything that was deep. But you asked my favorite, and rom-coms are my favorite. But like those types of roles, I feel like I do aspire to do those. Yeah. But I want to bring it back to rom-coms at a certain point because just to be able to stay lighthearted.
So they got certain actors that they call like the rom-com. You got with Drew Barrymore, she was there for a long time, right? Yeah. Meg Ryan, because I'm an old man. Meg Ryan was back in the day. Jennifer Lopez had it at one time.
Yes, I love The Wedding Planner. Oh, see,
I know my movies, you know. So no. So I mean, no, and not saying because not comparable to just race or whatnot, but they're excellent what they do.
Yeah.
But I can see doing that.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
But don't put me in a box though.
No,
I could do something heavy.
Man.
You just said my favorite.
Yeah, no, I got yes ma'am. So let me ask you this, because like I watch interviews where the person, they have done drama but they do comedy, or they've done comedy and they start doing action. Like take for instance Chris Pratt, when he's talking about, he used to do Parks and Recreation where he was a comedian, right? He was doing comedy. Then he did the role for Guardians of the Galaxy where it was more action, and he was talking about how to go, you know, get buff and all that good stuff. Would you do a role like that where you like that you're so used to doing one role, but then it requires to do like physical training?
Absolutely.
Gun training, all that good stuff?
Yeah, it's like it's the challenge. You know what I mean? Like that's what I mean. Like don't put me in the box.
Yes, ma'am.
It's like I will.
Don't put in the box, yo. All right, the title episode. I need to write it down somewhere. Don't put it in the box. That's a good episode title.
But it's just allowing yourself. Like I mean, it's all art. You know what I mean? So maybe you just learn like, oh, I want to express art like this, or I want to see myself in this way, or like push myself to be something like that. Absolutely, I feel like a challenge will help you grow, and then you'll just like the roles of like the lighthearted rom-coms even more. But that doesn't mean you have to stay there. It's just you have them. You like them for different reasons. So absolutely, yes, I would love to do that.
Oh, that's dope. That's good. Okay, so let's try this because we got the actress part of you. We'll talk about the creative side, the director work. And do you write some scripts?
I do.
So you do it all.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about that. Let's talk about how you transitioned into that and what inspired those moves. Or because I know a lot of people go from producing, directing, writing, and all that. Like you are a one-woman band.
So I wouldn't say it was on purpose. Like I wanted to act initially. Yeah. That was like it. But it was like in my first year I did Fatal Attraction and Snap, and then the one film that I was telling you about when I was like the real earthly girl, and I was like really, it was one of my favorite projects. I did quite a few things, and then all of a sudden everything stopped. And I was like, okay, so a lot of the stuff hasn't been released, and I'm just kind of waiting around for real footage. So what are we gonna do now? And I started working on somebody else's independent project, and then for personal reasons, it just didn't come to fruition. And then that same group of actors, though, we were like, we need something. I was like, okay, guys, I'm gonna write a script and we're gonna see like if people like it. So it was kind of like I just got this idea and then I wrote it and I was like, do y'all like it? Are y'all down to do it? And they were like, yeah. And then we did it. And then from there I was like, okay. So it was like I kind of fell into it because we needed real footage, and I didn't want to wait around and like just be like, oh, nobody's gonna cast me. It's like we're gonna do something.
I want you to hit that button right there. Because if y'all didn't know, y'all hear what she just said? So she won't wait around for the roles. She said, I'll make my own roles.
Basically.
And that's dope. That is dope.
It is. And then that's when I was like, okay, so I think at that point it was like, I don't know if they see how I see it, so I'm just directed to, and I'm acted it. And then. So
was it harder for you to direct yourself? Like, all right, yeah, we're gonna be over here. was it hard?
Yes, and on the very first set that of the script that I wrote was called Salad Dressing. It's on YouTube, so check it out.
Salad Dressing.
On my YouTube channel, the Gap Tooth Diva.
And by the way, we'll have it in the show notes, so you're gonna go search it for it. So it'll be there.
So with Salad Dressing,
that's dope.
He goes with the movie. You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. I think y'all like it.
That's different.
But it's a rom-com. If it was long, it would be a rom-com.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But he was like, I can't do playbacks. And I was like, so am I supposed to see myself? And it was kind of like, just gonna have to trust the process.
So it's gonna say Drake, huh? Oh, wow.
Basically, so it was like, okay, can you see me? And then I have somebody else sit down, so like a stand-in, basically. Yeah. I would have them sit down. That was like, my friend was on that set. She's about the same complexion as me. So I just kind of gauged the lighting in comparison to her. And I was like, yeah, this works. So I would have her sit there, and then I would get up, look at the camera, and then I would sit back down. And then I was like, okay. And then I would be like, give me 5 seconds, because there's like this, like you don't want to say action and just to start going. So I was like, action, then 5 seconds, and then we would start going from there. So that's kind of how we had to film that. So
get creative.
Yeah, that's dope.
Manipulate and work it. Okay.
I remember watching this interview with Spike Lee. He was talking about, he called the guerrilla tactics, where he was like, make it gritty. So he's talking about when he first started filmmaking, how he would do, he would film, like, let's say doing with a train scene. He would say he would actually have to do it right there on the train station without having to say cut all that good stuff while people were there and all that good stuff. So I really bring up, like, did you find yourself with your first time making that short film, having to do those type things that you necessarily get training for, but you learn in the process?
Absolutely, all of that, and well, first off, I want to shout out DJ Shake and Networks. They let us film there, and he actually played the hostess. When y'all watch it, you'll see. Yes, he played the hostess. So when you watch it, you'll see him. But with that, it was pretty much like nobody else was there, so it gave us like the freedom to be like, okay, everybody be quiet, and like didn't feel the pressure of like, well, we can't just make them be quiet because they're not a part of this thing. I mean, you can't make anybody do anything, but it's like you ask them, and it's like they kind of have the choice to do it or not, you know. But on that one, it was just us there, so everybody was on board, you know. But I will say that there was a lot of stuff that I didn't know. There's a lot of stuff I still don't know, and we just kind of make it up and see what happens.
Listen, I'm a big advocate of learning on the fly, or winging it, if you want to call it, whatever you call it. But I feel like so many people suffer from paralysis, or what they say, paralysis. And that's paralysis, where they don't do anything, or they're just inactive. They're just like, I just rather not do anything at all. Forget that. I'm going to do it. I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to get better as I go.
Exactly. I call it finding my new zero.
Come on.
So it's like...
Come on now. I like that.
But, like, sometimes... I've come across a lot of people that are like, I want it to be perfect. I want it to be perfect. I actually put out a full, like, short that has sound issues. And the reason I didn't intend for it to have sound issues, but it was a Valentine's Day. It's called Not on Valentine's Day. That's also on my YouTube. But what happened was we had a crew of technically one full-time crew member, but then it was like 3-ish because I was like also acting in that one. And I wasn't able to check the sound, but the camera person was also doing sound sometimes, but he was doing the camera. So it's like, it was on me because I really should have like hired a crew to like get it going. But that's where you learn. So I don't take that as like a hope be down on myself. It's more so like, okay, so you can't cut corners on this stuff.
Listen, I remember I watched our first episode of when we did this podcast. There's been many episodes where we recorded, didn't know we were not recording, or the sound, like you said, the sound was off. So you learn, and I feel like the mistakes you make, the really bad ones, you never want to make again. It's all a learning process, though.
So I was just like, I knew I wasn't going to film it again because I kind of wanted to move on to the next project, and it was a Valentine's Day film, so I was going to have to wait all the next year. And I was like, since we're not going to refilm this, what's the point of waiting until next year? Because we're not going to refilm it.
Right.
And then like a lot of people, but cinematically, like I felt like that quality was a step up from the one we had previously did. So I took, you know, it has its pros and cons, you know? So it's like, I'm proud of everything that I do because I know I learned something from it. So with that, I was like, okay, we're just going to put it out and we're going to give ourselves a new zero. And this zero means that our audio has to be on point. So we're not going to sit here and sulk about it. We're just going to roll with it. And then I had people give me a lot of feedback about it. And they kind of told me, like, if you fix this or you do this, it'll actually, like, it'll fix the problem. But I had more people acknowledge me as a filmmaker after seeing that one. So I was just like, okay, give myself a new zero.
No, that's good. By the way, that might be the title also.
I know,
that's good stuff.
That too is sticking.
No, that's good. So basically, what you're telling me, we should be able to see your short film at the Sundance Festival one of these years. You're telling me?
Absolutely. No, that's gonna be my new zero. And then I'm gonna be like, Oscars.
That's dope. So let me ask you this. So I know you said you enjoy acting, but what do you enjoy more, creating or being behind the camera?
That is so hard.
It's so hard, retention.
I would say, I always, I guess, go with the one that I would miss the most, and it would be acting. It's so hard because it's like, I'll write something and then it's like, okay, so when I write it, it's not like I'm memorizing the lines when I write it. I go back and
you remember because you're doing it.
Yeah, but I don't always remember it though.
Oh, get out of here.
I write it, but I write like, okay, so if I wrote characters for each of us, I write your lines, but I have to give you a personality, then I give myself a personality, then I give you a personality. So it's like, I won't know like Well, I don't know, but I'll have to go back and study the lines that I gave to myself because I gave each of us a personality.
Right.
Okay.
So now it's like, okay, now I have to focus solely on the personality that I gave my character.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think I get really excited when I'm writing them, but then I get excited preparing for the part that I wrote for myself. So then I'm like, oh, I get to act it out. It's like Christmas.
That's good stuff right there.
So, yeah, but then creating overall, it's just so exciting.
I'm about to say, that's your baby, though. You know what I'm saying? Like you birthed that thing. So, no, I'm about to say, I can appreciate the fact that we're in a day and age where you don't have to not do one or the other. You can do both. And that's a great thing. I just think that you have time for both. So, kudos to you.
Thank you.
So, and this is what I definitely want to talk about because Marquita called me on my phone and said, Brandon, when you go tonight, you ask Aaron this question.
Okay.
I know, right. So, I'm a sucker for monikers. I can never rap, but I used to love the monikers that rappers used to get their names. You know what I'm saying? The Jay-Z's, the you know what I'm saying, the J. Cole's, all these people who have monikers, right? Not your average Asian. I like my moniker. Like I like when people think about certain things. Think about, okay, he's not your average Asian. Yes, it fits. You know what I'm saying? But yours is the Gap Tooth Diva, and I think that is so dope.
Thank you.
Marquita was saying she loves your name because she feels like most people would see the gaps as a deficit, like something that would deter them or make them not feel, you know what I'm saying, adequate enough. You said bump that. You know what I'm saying? This is who I am.
Yeah,
you know
I love my gut. I do. When I was younger, I would say like, when I was younger, I used to like my gap because I could eat French fries through it. So, so I would take, like, you know, you go to McDonald's and then like I would like slide my French fries through it and I'd be like, look. And then I would tell everybody like, y'all can't do this. But then like you did have people that like made fun of it, and then I had the opportunity to close it. But I was like, okay, I'll go see about it. But I was really hoping that there would be a chance that they couldn't close it because I really liked it. And my mom had a Gap, and like it was just like, okay, we're Gap people, you know. So I kind of was like, I didn't want it closed, but since people made fun of it, I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to try to make it seem like I don't like it. But I always loved it, and I was really happy. And then when I got older, I was like, man, I F with her. So,
no, listen, like I said,
she gonna always be around.
You know, that's dope. Like I said, like, you know, because growing up, because I know me talking about off camera, growing up, you know what I'm saying, my thing was being light skinned. Pretty sure. Yeah, right, you can contend to that, you know. Oh, you be a light skinned boy. No, I'm just me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just Brandon. You know, I'm light skinned, but you light skinned Brandon. They go Brandon over there, red light skinned Brandon. No.
I'm just Brandon.
I'm just Brandon. You know what I'm saying? But I love the fact that you took it and you made it your own. I think that's so dope.
And that was a part of you. So
that's
very awesome.
So I love it. I'm grateful.
No, listen, it's a great thing. It's a great thing. So okay. All right, so you know you're doing great, by the way. Y'all know she was nervous. I don't know why she was nervous.
I was not nervous.
You're doing great, by the way. So we talk about the past, talk about the present, talk about the future now.
Okay.
Let's talk about what's coming next for you. So, what are y'all coming down the pipeline? What are you working on that we can anticipate on? And now I want to ask you, what is your dream later on? So we'll get into that.
That was
it. I know. I'm doing a great job. You know, like this is what I do. You know.
Okay. So part of being a creative and learning that I am a writer, I started rapping because I realized I could write raps. And actually, I kind of fell into that one too.
Something about that. How you thought that you was like, hey, I'll start freestyling.
No, actually. So my one of my friends and his best friend, we were in the car together, and they were freestyling, and they were like, come on, what the Gap Tooth Diva got, what they got. They're like, come on, jump in. I'm like, no, I don't freestyle. So then I was like, okay, next time we in the car together. So I started, because we hang out a lot. So like I was like writing rap. I was like, next time we hang out, like I'm gonna act like this is my freestyle. So I was like writing rap.
Actually, you already had a plan. I already got, you know.
I got very competitive creatively.
That's funny.
Don't come from the Gap Tooth Diva and be like, what the Gap Tooth Diva?
Right. Well, I got y'all. Mm-hmm.
And the first rap that I wrote was trash. But
Which came back.
Yeah, so then I was like, let me try this again. So like, and then I kept going, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I could do this. Yeah. And then, yeah, that's when I realized like I could rap. Wow. I was like, yeah. So then, I started rapping.
Yo, by the way, I'll have the show notes where you guys can check out the track. By the way. So that's dope. Can you spit something for you real quick? No.
That is so much pressure.
Oh, my bad. That's my bad.
Wait, okay, let me think. It's not gonna be a freestyle.
Okay, no, it's cool. Cause I'm about to say I can't beatbox. So I'm like, all right, I can't do none of that. You know what I'm saying? I know it's kind of whack without no music.
All right, cool. I be out here talking shit so smooth. Fuck around, find out, put them in the mood. My girls be like, Tooth, that's your new dude. Gotta keep them humble. Nah, we just cool. I tell them that I love them, but what the hell is even that? I was raised Baptist, big bet is all cap. Turn to your neighbor, whisper in the ear. The Gap Tooth Diva is the one to fear. I'm presidential, I'm beneficial. It's beneficial, you listen up. I have you wishing you would've listened, but where I'm from, that's tough luck. I ain't want a bug, but I got him starstruck. Tried to play the diva, but came back tail tuck. Making short films to put my foot in the game. I'm sick of playing small like I don't deserve fame. I came to win, I ain't letting up. Yeah, I'm the reason to make a big fuss. I be laying low, never trying to steal the show, but extra reader, I'm the GOAT.
Come on now. Are you shy about that? Come on now.
Thank you.
I was up. Okay, so when the album dropping? You know what I'm saying? When is the album dropping?
Oh, y'all just gotta stand by.
Okay, all right.
Very impressed. So who would you love to work with if you got the opportunity, whether it was in the actress or acting role, or whether it be in the music industry? Who would be your go-to pick? I
feel like that is like so. That's always a hard question.
Yeah.
That's such a hard question.
Yeah.
I would say, okay, I guess the easy route, but not really easy because it's something that I wanted to when I was younger, is J-Lo, because she was in rom-coms.
Okay.
So I'm like, I would like to like act with her, but then at the same time, I do want to act with Viola. Like, I feel like I can learn so much from Viola Davis. And
but Oscar done was the Women King, and that movie is fire.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So like, it's like stuff like that. I'm just like, okay. Yeah. I could learn so much from her. So it kind of just like depends on it just depends, like, you know, like on what it is that I'm doing. And Gabrielle Union, I really like to deliver some Eva. Oh my gosh, she was so great at that. Like, I don't know, like I can just say like so many different people that will be here for a long time. That's I'm like, oh, I don't know, but I know.
And like just off camera, I remember I was asking Erin how old she was. Like, you got the Gabrielle Union fact, because Gabrielle Union, I think Gabrielle Union was like 45 or something like that. She, man, you thought she was still 21.
Yeah.
You know, so shout out to
she
you,
was
Black.
well grown when she was in Bring It On.
Yeah.
She was not a teenager.
Yeah, I know.
Playing teenager.
She did that.
She probably still play teenagers now. We think about it or whatnot. So, you know what I'm saying? Thank God for being Black. So, with that being said, and I'm glad she said that. So, even with the music, like, you know what I'm saying? Can we see a feature with you and Gorilla one time?
Wait, that's what you said? Like,
I'm saying, we see. You know?
No, it's not. It's like no shit. I would love to, but I don't know. Like, I feel like you just, you know, speaking stuff all over my life.
I mean, when you see greatness, you got to speak upon it. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, no, but that's dope. And the fact you're so multi-talented, like, that's, you know, you doing the J Fox, where, you know what I'm saying, you can rap, you can act, you can direct.
That's another person I want to work with, man.
Yes.
Okay, so.
Yeah, so singing is not the off, I don't think, because auto-tunes, you know what I'm saying? We never can do it, you know? And then, hey, I don't think it really matter anymore. You just like, hey, auto-tune it up. You know? Okay, so we talk about the future. That was a great thing. So, anyone knows about the podcast, one of the things we do like to ask a couple stupid questions. I should have coached beforehand, but you do so great. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man,
you're gonna go with it, right? Exactly.
You got it.
Y'all got a whole rap on me, so there.
No, you got it. So I like to talk about the one reason why we started this podcast. Anyone who watches knows that in Cleveland, unfortunately, and I love what you guys community with the critic community, because it sounds like you guys stick together, right? Even with certain projects, like she lets you know about that. She wasn't thinking about the part just for me. Forget that. Get out my way. We mugged you one time, you know. You guys sit together or whatnot. The reason why I said the podcast, we're trying to do the same thing as podcast. We invite great people like you on. But unfortunately, our city has a stigma of not coming together. What do you think has to happen for us to be able to break that stigma of not collaborating, not coming together?
I would say that question is kind of loaded because I try to take the approach that I'm the captain of my own life, so I can only do what I can do, you know? So it's like, if I feel like people are being standoffish, it's like, all I can do is invite them, you know? And if they are like, I guess, kind of hesitant, then it's like, okay, well, I did everything that I could.
That's good.
But if people are willing to come in and collab and make us better as artists, then you know, I'm always open to that. Like, I'm usually like, okay, yeah, like I can think of a way to put people in it. Like there's certain roles that like I'll give a person more lines if I know like they want to do something. Like, okay, in salad dressing, there were certain parts that had shorter lines, but then when I found out certain people were playing them, I was like, oh, well, I know that you need to build real footage too, so I extended the lines because it's like, we all want to, you know, progress. So it's just like, I can only do what I can do. So I feel like if everybody takes that approach of like, you know, you want to bring people in, then I feel like on an individual level, and then the people that you're around collectively, like you'll start to pull in that like working together. So I don't think we have to go out and be like super advocate, like we gotta come together. It's
like, protesting and all that.
Like for art, right? Like I think it just becomes a thing of like just make it your own personal mission to bring people together, and then you'll start to bring those people around, and then it just encourages them to like bring people together too.
That's good stuff. So, and then this is a different question, but do you feel like Cleveland is now becoming a hub for movies, just like the New Yorks, the Californias, the Miamis, or whatnot? Are you thinking Cleveland's coming a hub now? Because I've seen more and more movies being shot here.
I think we have so much potential. So like I never count us out. So I guess like steady growth. Yeah. Because
the last time I seen the new Transformer that was filmed, it was filmed here in Cleveland. Actually, the director of the new Transformer film is from Cleveland.
Oh, the Russo brothers. No, that wasn't. No. That's Marvel.
Yeah, it's Marvel. The new one that's coming out in the summer. He's the guy he's a young black man. He actually came from Cleveland, and he's directing the new.
Oh, nice.
So he part of the film was even filmed here in Cleveland. So I really gonna say it because I think Cleveland, because I know it's taxes that go into like filming stuff like money. This is talking about money. Cleveland, we have, I guess, more tax breaks for people to film movies here versus California or New York or whatnot. So bring your movies here.
Bring your movies here.
You know what I'm saying?
There's lots of talented people here.
Actually, shout out to Johnny over HWIC. They're bringing Hollywood to Cleveland. So shout out to the team over there, man.
Yeah, he's dope.
Yes. So I'm sorry, we got a little sidetrack. With that being said, so another simple question I like to ask everyone, because I like to believe that we're going to look back at the interview when you are getting your EGOT.
Yes.
Oh
my God! I gotta go more often. Like people like super showering me, like blessings.
Absolutely. And I want to look back. We're like, man, we had Erin on the show. Remember, she said she did it, and she's doing it now. Yeah. So one question I ask about the legacy. What legacy that you want people to look at you as Erin the individual, but then Erin the director, the actress, the super talent that she is? What legacy that you want to leave behind with both of those things?
On an individual level, that this might sound very basic, but like when you met me, I was nice to you.
You are very nice.
But I want people to feel that way. You know, like everybody has their days. You know, I gotta say that. Everybody has their days. But anyway, but I want them to like have like a fond memory. Like she was nice to me.
Yeah.
Okay, so in high school, I wasn't the most popular person, but I won homecoming queen. And you know what the biggest compliment was for me? Like so many people inboxed me or they came up to me and they were like, "You were always nice to me." And I was like, wow. They were like, "I voted for you because you were always nice to me."
See,
and I just felt like that was so touching because like, yeah, like, I don't know, like, I feel 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 like, I don't know, like that was a lot to me.
No, that's good.
I was so grateful for that. So
most people can't say that. They can't say that every time they meet somebody, they're always nice. It's always a one-off, or maybe they feel they have an ulterior motive behind it or whatnot. But because they say you're generally a nice person, I think that's something that can be felt. And like I said, I received it.
Thank you.
Today, so I
Thank
see
you.
that.
Definitely.
I am to be. Like, again, I have my days. Everybody does.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
yeah, that's like a really big, it's a good compliment. I was like, So, that, and then, okay, artistically, that's so, can I come back and answer that question?
I mean, you know what? How about that? We'll come back. We'll do part 2, like on the set of like your newest project. We'll ask you that then.
Okay.
All right.
I'm trying to think of something, but I'm probably gonna think too hard about this.
It's cool. It's no pressure. Because like I said, I want to be able to look back like, man, Aaron did that joint right there, and then we'll use very footage right here, because by that time the pull-up experience would be, syndicated. It would be on.
And then I'm gonna be like, hey, like, can I come back on?
No, I'm like, when you come back on?
Okay.
Come in your private jet.
Let me family know.
You are alumni now. You are
alumni.
You are alumni now. Yes. So yes, you come back whenever you want. You just let me know. Yes. So okay, and then this is I feel like the most important question of them all, because when me being a podcast person, I love watching interviews. I watch interviews all the time throughout my breaks, when I'm at home, all that good stuff. And I feel like the mark of a good interview is that there should be takeaways.
Okay.
So, and I believe part of why we do what we do, there's some young man or some young ladies watching this and say, I want to be an actress, I want to be a director, I want to be creative like Aaron. What are 3 things you want them to take away from your interview tonight?
Okay, this was okay. Judas the Black Messiah was very instrumental for me starting, so I do reference it a lot. On that set, I met Dominique Fishback, and she told me, like, the best way to get started is to write your own stuff. Even if you don't think you're a writer, write anyways, and that stuck with me. But I kind of ignored it for a while until, like, I didn't have anything to do, and I was like, okay, I guess I gotta write something.
Well, this is time for it, right?
But I was scared to, because I didn't think of myself as a writer. So write your own stuff, and then be confident. Be confident enough to fail, but learn from the failure. So just be like, I was gonna say because I've done some poor auditions. I've just done some things that I'm just like, they're cringy, but I learned from them. So just be confident, and then also like mostly be teachable. Be as teachable as you possibly can be. Like you don't know what you don't know, and if you just take that approach, like, okay, I don't know this, and you don't have to take everybody's advice. All the advice is not necessarily good, but take it or in a way that you could go research it, but just be teachable, like be flexible, and allow yourself to be great. That sort of thing.
Those are great points, by the way. I hope y'all had your notes. Those are all good things. And you know what? I'm going to start implementing this in the podcast. But is anyone you want to specifically shout out during this time that you wanted to say, hey?
Oh my God! So like, it's gonna be a list. So.
Go ahead, like I don't have a button to play music like it's the Emmys, you know what I'm saying? But no, you get your thing.
Of course, my family: Raven, Donnell, Kiko, Rachel, Vaughn. This is all the people from Salad Dressing.
Okay, that's what's up.
And Lulu, Adri. They were in Not on Valentine's Day. Oh my God! No, I don't like this because I'm gonna forget people.
No. They're like, you forgot about me.
I know. Jada, Dominique. Shit. Oh shit.
It's okay. We're past the end. It's cool.
All of y'all. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Okay, so all the people that are in Salad Dressing, all the people that are not on Valentine's Day, and Rajin, they came through for parodies. I don't know. I'm always so grateful for people working with me, because I'm always like, I get stuff that I wrote.
Yeah, that's dope.
Mr. C. Did I say my siblings? I want to make sure I say my siblings.
Say my siblings. It might be saying on live or what? Hey, don't forget about me.
There's so many people, and they put me on the spot, y'all. If I forgot you, I'm so sorry. But I love y'all. I appreciate y'all so much. Why'd you do this to me?
Hey, listen. You the first person I did that to, so you know what I'm saying? You did a great job, by the way.
No, edit it out. This is so hard.
No, you did a great job. You did a great job. Okay, so we appreciate you and really do. And like I said, we're gonna do part 2. You are now family. You know what I'm saying? So we appreciate you being on because it was such a great interview. Last thing, where do people reach you at? Someone wants to book you for the new project because I believe the pull up we go wide and far. You know, so someone's gonna see this and be like, I need to book her right now. Where can I reach you at?
Everything is the Gap Tooth Diva. Instagram is the Gap Tooth Diva. YouTube is the Gap Tooth Diva. TikTok is the Gap Tooth Diva. Yeah. Everything's the Gap Tooth Diva.
All right.
Facebook is the Gap Space Tooth Diva.
Okay. I like the consistency between the brands. You know, you see a rapper like he got the Don Mafia Junior over here, and it's like, come on, dude, what's the consistency?
Well, that's the thing. People like they meet me and they're like, I'm gonna just call you Aaron, but then I'm like, it's Aaron the Gap Tooth Diva, right? Yeah. And then the next time they see me, they're like, your name's Gap something, and I'm like, see, you should have just learned the Gap Tooth Diva. It flows
so much better that way anyway. So what are you guys doing? No, so yes, and by the way, guys, I have all that in the show notes so you guys can reach Aaron to just collaborate, put in your project, have her be part of your project, and all that good stuff. You know.
Thank you. Thank you.
We appreciate you coming on today. So what they say? Well, we have to pay some bills, guys. I want to say thank you once again. Episode 118, and y'all have not faltered, y'all have not fell off anything, y'all keep coming back for more. So thank y'all for that.
Thank you.
I want to really thank y'all for that. It blows my mind because I think by this time y'all be tired of us, but y'all have not. So thank you for that. But I think it's great guests like Aaron that make you guys come back. So thank y'all.
Thank you.
So that I want to thank you guys, but then also guys, you guys been asking for it. It is coming. The podcast creation base training, that's what we're calling it, is coming soon. If you have ever thought about starting a podcast, if you ever thought about how to get paid from starting a podcast, how to manage a podcast, we're going to talk about all that in our upcoming basic training. We are literally mapping out where we're going to have it in the venue. Once we get those out, where you guys know. But we have the material down. We have what we're going to teach you guys. It's all together, and it's coming to y'all soon. So we thank y'all for being patient. But listen, all good things, you know, come to those who wait. So it's coming soon. So be on the lookout for that. I think anything else.
I think we got everything.
You got everything? Okay, cool. This is episode 118 with the Gap Tooth Diva.
Hey.
We got Brittani once again doing her thing, being the greatest guest host ever. You know, so thank you. And can't thank y'all enough. All right. So next time, y'all. Peace.
Bye.